So I couldn't even take time to put on makeup in order to make this video in response because I'm literally at a loss of words. Some of you might know, and I wrote about this in a recent blog post about 2 weeks ago, that there's been some op-eds being written about Amanda Seales, about how she's quote unquote unlikable. And immediately when I saw that first think piece, which in the publication I'm not going to mention, but you can read my blog post to find out, I immediately screamed, this is respectability politics. This is angry black women trope being used all over this article. And I thought that with people like me writing a response negatively critiquing that messaging, and with so many celebrities and notable people in the black community coming out and saying, this is wrong. Why are we literally using white supremacist, anti black kind of language against someone who is not really guilty of anything other than wanting to help other people? Despite all of that backlash against this one really major publication that's supposed to be for a safe space for black women, yet another black publication that has writers on staff that are literally the biggest, staunchest supporters of Amanda Seales comes out and writes yet another think piece negatively critiquing her. And I'm actually like at the verge of tears because I just saw Amanda's response now on her page, and I'm literally crying for her. I cannot imagine, actually, I can to an extent, just because I just know firsthand, like, what it's like to be bullied by, how can I put this? I've always had this in my mind about these like black female spaces, these black empowerment brunches that people have been, pointing a finger at for a while now, and realizing that these people don't really have black women's best interest at heart. So I know that from that perspective, like attending these conferences and feeling feeling the vibe is very off. And I've already felt this in my own personal experiences with black women, where we have claimed that we were creating these spaces for ourselves to feel safe and to uplift one another, only to then turn inwardly and start using the same tools of the oppressor to attack one another. So I've already been feeling this, and I can empathize with what that feels like. But to this level, like where people literally see reputable individuals coming out and saying Amanda Seales does not deserve this and still doubling down on it, is wild to me. It's like, what is the point anymore of even pursuing these spaces? Because I've been thinking also to like the conference circuit is coming up soon with, I'm trying not to say names, but with like Essence Fest and with like all these different like events that people like me used to like always want to run to and feel like we're celebrating our culture in these spaces. And now I'm just like, what is there to aspire to anymore? What is there to aspire to anymore as a black woman in these spaces? We already are held back, held down in white, predominantly white dominated spaces, and have to like go through all of this like mental hula hooping to kind of like code switch, to kind of like demonstrate that we fit in here and we belong here, and overcome our imposter syndrome to keep going, because of the sake of like, we need to pay bills, we don't want to get fired, we want to climb up the ladder, whether it's corporate or whatever, what have you. So we're already dealing with that stress. And now we're thinking, okay, I'm going to go to my people now and I'm going to be able to chill. I'm going to be able to like just feel free and to really bask in just being enough as is. And then only to find out that these spaces also going to find a way to judge you or make you feel like you have to live up to a certain standard that is, again, based on white supremacist imperialist capitalism, patriarchy. Sorry, I always get these words out of order with bell hooks, but if you know, you know. So yeah, I just had to jump on this and just make a quick video about it in response because I'm really shocked. I I could have sworn with all of the reactions, the backlash, I should specifically say, that that first publication was getting for that op-ed piece, that surely no one would make the same mistake right after. And again, as I said in my blog post, produce the receipts. You had 2 weeks now to produce receipts. And I'm gonna read this I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, but I'm gonna read this latest think piece to see what receipts, if any, that they offer. Because again, what the fuck? Why did you jump into this fray out of nowhere? And sorry for my language, but just speaking off the fly here. Yeah, I just want to see. I want people to produce the receipts. All of us who have been following Amanda Seales since she was literally young, including me, following her whole journey, like she's more than insecure. That TV show, are just like flabbergasted. Like I actually remember, I was literally thinking about this morning. I remember running into her at the bank randomly when I used to attend Columbia University, and I saw her like in person. I didn't talk to her, but I just watched her interacting with people. I'm trying to figure out where people are saying that she is unlikable, because she was literally the nicest human being. Like she was making jokes. She was joking around with everybody in the bank. Oh no, it wasn't bank. It was the post office. It was in Harlem. She was literally joking around with everyone. Like, and I was like, oh my, I remember like who she was. Like I remember her from TV and everything. And I was like, she is so down to earth. And I can't believe she's just right here randomly in Harlem, like just being like regular. I don't know if this has changed since then, because this was quite a while ago that I was at Columbia University, but still, like, I need receipts. And in addition to providing receipts, it's like, is she more detrimental to the Black community than literally every other male figure right now who's getting prosecuted, who's being served papers, who's had their houses raided? Is she more problematic than those people right now, that she deserves to think peace versus literally every other male, including Black male figure, that's running amok right now? If our goal is to fight, is to get rid of people who are toxic to our community, if our goal is to get rid of people who are toxic to our community by doing these op-ed pieces, why Amanda Seales and not these other individuals? I'm literally concerned. As a Black woman who has created this, I created my whole blog and media company to kind of address this as well, about Black women feeling insecure about their status in life. That's literally our tagline for Leading Like a Lady. I'm feeling more and more insecure, and I'm feeling more and more like I have to figure out how to just make my own way without the solidarity of sisterhood, which is wild to me, because if they're doing it to Amanda Seales, what makes us any different? Us plebeians who don't have a long-standing Hollywood career like her. Anyway, I think at this point I'm rambling, and I'm getting more and more self-conscious and insecure about the fact that I'm not wearing makeup in this video, but I literally am crying on behalf of, like, internally, and I almost did it literally, crying on behalf of Amanda Seales right now. Like, I literally cannot believe that this is happening. Let me know what you think. Do you feel safe in Black spaces anymore now that you see how they are treating one of their own at a celebrity level? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.